Hello, my name is Malcolm, and thank you for joining me on the 11th episode of Just Trying to Live a Positive Life, Series 2. A new plan for my little man. This episode is in regards to my youngest of 3 children. I love them all equally. They all have different needs and wants, and levels of focus that is needed to help them bloom. And with my youngest son, he suffers with he's challenged by levels of autism. And, he's sociable, he's loving, he's caring, but he struggles with new change at school, at home, and can be disruptive when he's unsure about things. And at the moment, he's going through a tough spell at school where, I'm in good communication with his teacher. I don't live with his mum, so we don't live as a family, but we co-parent very well, and the kids are always a priority, and we're in communication about what's the best for the children all the time. And what I believe may be a contributing factor towards my youngest son, that there's 3 different structures: the way the school is structured, the way I run my structure at my home, and the way structures run at his home with his mum and his brother. I don't think anyone's right or wrong, but they're all different. So the change comes to mind is, what smooth transition can I make from my side that can be easily implemented at school? What smooth transition can be made at the home of his mother, where he spends the majority of the time? And what smooth transition can that be made from there to school or there to mine? Like, for example, it's a weekend, so I've got them, my 2 boys, today and tomorrow. So they'll be coming, obviously, from their mothers to mine. What smooth transition can be made that makes it easier for my son to enjoy his day, enjoy, what needs to be done and what there is to have fun with. And it's really something that I think will change how he is at school. And even if it isn't, it's something that can be ticked off the list. We've changed the structure at home, and hopefully that will make it easier for him at school. Because ultimately it's not nice when he's getting upset at school. It's not nice that he's disrupting the education of other children. And he's not doing it out of spite. He's doing it out of boredom, out of nervousness, out of anxiety, out of wanting attention, out of crying out for help, that I'm struggling right here. I don't know how to articulate it, so I'm going to bang on the desk. I'm going to be a nuisance. But ultimately he doesn't want to be a nuisance because he's a loving young boy. He's a clever boy. He socializes well, but gets caught up in his own frustration. And I mean, we all do at certain levels, but depending on how we are as an individual, we deal with it in different ways. And many of us deal with it in more constructive ways. Many of us deal with it in even more destructive ways. So this one really is just about, what change can I make? What communication, what conversations can I have with my son when I see him today, which may help? And I think it'll be important that he's part of that process, as always, realizing that I've come up with that suggestion, that solution that will benefit my day-to-day life, hopefully. So, and it will be good to have an input from his brother, who is a year older than him, but they both get on really well. They're both very loving. They both care for each other, and it's a great way we can all conversate or converse. And I can also ask my eldest son, is there anything I can do that will make your day-to-day life more comfortable? Is there anything that you feel that will be easier for you? Maybe if things are smoother for you, things will be smoother for your brother as well. Everything is a knock-on effect, isn't it? And we're all a team at the end of the day. And that's something that's important to realize, that anyone who's involved in our day-to-day lives is part of our team. And I guess well, very much so, that applies at work as well. We don't have to love everyone at work, but if they're part of the team, we need to work out how things can be done smoothly. If we're at home with people, we may not get on, unfortunately, with some of our family members, but what can we do to make the day go more smoothly? What changes? So I have no answers or so much solutions for any of this, but it's things that I want to enjoy experimenting. And by experimenting, I simply mean what I've said: communicating, asking questions, let my son take the lead with this, my youngest son, if he wants to, and tell us what will make your day more fun, more enjoyable, but also productive, because school is school. You have to learn at school, and that is where you will spend the majority of your time at this age. Whether it's the junior school, whether it's high school, we need to know that you've got a nice, smooth system that's working for you, and that you've contributed to that, so you're happy. So this episode, a new plan for my little man really is more than just a plan for my son. It can easily be changed into a plan for anyone who is relevant in our life that we will spend time with and around. And if the relationship isn't as smooth as it can be, what little things can we implement to make it more successful for everyone involved? Because we don't have all the answers to our relationships of any sort. Whether it's our partners, whether it's our work colleagues or friends, we don't have all the answers for things to be perfect. And do we really want things to be perfect? As much as we talk about perfection, we know life would be boring if everything was so perfect. But we're not meant to be perfect. There'd be no challenge in everything being perfect. Because at the end of the day, we are just people doing our best, and we are just trying to live a positive life. So thank you for joining me on episode 11 of Just Trying to Live a Positive Life, Season 2. Each episode is aired at 3 a.m. UK time. As I always say, you don't have to be up at 3 a.m. to listen to it, but you'll know that's when each episode drops. So you can wake up all excited and know that you've got a new, fresh episode for your ears. Thank you for joining me. Please join me next week. Have a great week. Have a great day. Stay positive, stay focused.